Aries, hi, how's everybody doing? Thank you so much for popping in to see me. I know I've been gone for a couple months. I broke my hand in January, and I had to have surgery on it, and then I have to go to therapy and try to get my knuckles to bend. But my shuffler was broke for a while. But I'm glad to pop back in, because I miss getting in touch with your energies. And it just seemed like a good time to do it. With all the transits that are going on, I'm not an astrologer or anything like that, but I know with this Pluto going into Aquarius, and even though for right now, it's in March, it's going to go March 23rd, I think, it's going to go into Aquarius, and for like 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, and then it's going to bounce back out, and so it's going to, and I actually think it's going to go back and forth a couple times until like June or July of 2024. But it seems like it's going to affect everybody somehow. I mean, it is a long transit. It'll be in Aquarius for like 20 years. So they consider it like generational or, what was the word? Yeah, generational. And it's supposed to be like a karmic planet. And I was listening to somebody doing astrology, and they said 20 years is a long time, regardless of whatever the planet's doing. It's a long time. So life is going to change somewhere around everybody, you know. But it was kind of interesting. I'm like, well, maybe I should just see if I can pull off a reading. If I'm not, yeah, ouch. Anyway, I digress. But so I figured I'm gonna throw out a reading and see what we could find out. See if there's anything that you need to know. What does Aries need to know? Okay, what does Aries need to know for March 2023? Wheel of Fortune. Five of Coins. The Page of Swords. The Five of Cups. Can I see these? Sort of. The Nine of Coins. The Three of Cups. And the Three of Coins. I'm gonna pop these out of the way. I just want to kind of see if you guys can see them, sort of. All right. Well, I think it's the best I'm going to get for right now. But anyway, all right, let's see what we can find out. All right, Aries, it seems like right now you're feeling like there's something going on in your life. You know, some things maybe changing. Because with the Wheel of Fortune, it's almost like that's like fate. Things are happening. We can't always control it. We can't always predict it. And, you know, one of the best things about the Wheel of Fortune is it's going to, things are going to change. And it's always just temporary. Whatever happens when you're in the cycle, it's going to be a temporary cycle. Nothing's going to last forever. And sometimes, you know, you need to be ground yourself somehow. Like, they're saying, like, ground yourself in the middle, because that way, all the chaos going on around you, if you could just do something that makes you feel grounded and secure and out of the way of whatever chaos might be coming around to you, that you need to be able to, you know, move past it and not be as affected as you might have been otherwise. Now, as far as this Five of Coins, I feel like there's somewhere in you were missing something. Something, I don't know if it was a job, a person, a relationship, however that worked out, but there's something missing. And I think you have maybe been really recently feeling that, you're revisiting it. And I feel like you need to be able to try to dig up whatever you're feeling and actually confront it and work with it, so you don't feel the loss anymore. Like, I'm wondering if, like I said, I wonder if that's where this cycle started, because you're losing something, you lost something in life that you haven't been able to replace, you can't get it back, whatever it is. It could be anything. But you need to dig up the feelings and bring them to the surface, and that way they can actually kind of like be expunged. Is that the word? Expunged? Get it out of your system. Like, feel it, acknowledge it. Know that it's there. But then we have this Page of Swords. I feel like you might have been not talking things out. You're not trying to communicate with anybody. You're not trying to, well, that's exactly what the Five of Coins, but like, you weren't expressing yourself. You were not letting yourself feel it. You were not letting yourself talk about it. You didn't want it to be anything that was, anybody was aware of it. So if you're walking around with like hurt and, feeling like you're missing something, you're not trying to share it. And I feel like it's almost like you're ignoring that feeling. It's not going to go away. It's just going to sit with you. And so that's sort of the point. You need to start talking about how you feel so you are able to, move past it. All right, and then let's see. It's a new spread. Can you tell? All right, the Five of Cups. This tells me, like, again, like with the Five of Coins, you're missing something. So something that you had. Oh, can you see that? Something that you had before. You don't have it anymore. Whatever it was. Again, friends, relationships, family, job, whatever the situation was, it's not there anymore. Things aren't the same. And I almost feel like you are being stubborn about but that's exactly what the whole thing was saying. You're being stubborn about it. You don't want to acknowledge it. You're having a problem acknowledging that things aren't the same. That you can't get it. You might not be able to get it back, but you could find other things to fill that void. Like, you could actually fill those holes. Again, whether it's friends or, some relationships, some family, jobs, whatever the situation might be. Try to go about finding a way to fill that void so you're not feeling it so strongly. Okay. All right, that looks okay. Yeah, you need companionship. You need to be with people. You need to work with people. Whether it's working, whether it's friends, you need to have people around you. You need to fill that hole with something. And it's almost like you were like trying to not do that. Like, you've been maybe distancing yourself from things. It doesn't have to be people. You're distancing yourself from things because you didn't want to accept what you lost. And almost like you didn't, I just lost that word. But it's almost like it was like loyalty. You felt loyal to the things that you lost. You felt loyal about it. And you felt like if you took on something else, whether, again, people, things, whatever, that you were like, kind of like breaking that loyalty. Like, you didn't have any business doing anything like that because, you're loyal to this. This is where you should be. And I feel like that's like really important. You really need to fill that void with something that means something to you. All right, now we got the Nine of Coins. And this is like, it's almost like you need to integrate confidence and structure and like safety, like feeling secure. You need to be able to bring something into your life that makes you feel that way. This whole thing is all about you needing to embrace something new because of what you lost. You don't want to just keep going through the loss. Because it's been a lot of loss, I think. Not for everybody, I'm sure. But it feels like for a good chunk of you, there's quite a bit of loss. And you're feeling it. And your cycle's moving. And I don't know if this is coming up with the transit, because there's always a cycle and there's always transits, and that was the thing that I don't know where, because I know it's going to affect Aquarius a lot, and it's going to affect, obviously, and, maybe Leo, and I think there was one other. But sometimes if people are like Aquarius rising, like they're going to have a huge effect of it. But there's going to be an effect, but some may be small, some may be large. But it just feels like it's going to hit everybody. And I'm just wondering if this cycle is not something that you've been going through for a while, or if it's brand new. You probably would know. I mean, I'm sure you will know if you've lost this much and you haven't been able to, to pull it back together for yourself. Then you're aware of it. You're definitely aware of it. So now it's just a matter of how do you ride it out. Oh, well, okay. And this Three of Cups. You need to look for something to be grateful for. And this could be in any number of things. This could be family, it could be friends, it could be hobbies or a new job or anything that you can find to be grateful. Things that you could, think about, like when you start feeling sad or if you start feeling like, empty or lost, you could find something to say, okay, I feel good about it. I feel okay about it because I have this. Like you could always look to, I have this. So I'm guessing the way it feels to me is like you need to be able to do that because there's like been a lot of loss, a lot of pain, and a lot of, hurt. And you need to be able to fill that void so you're not always feeling that. Let's see. My dog's in there. All right. Let me see if I can clarify just a couple things. All right. Oops. Don't stumble. All right, let's clarify. Let's clarify the Nine of Coins. Oops. All right, we got the Page of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So I feel like what you want to fill that void, and what's going to be what you feel is with opening up your emotions, making like an effort to say, okay, I'm going to fill that. I'm going to stop, I'm going to stop sitting in this. I don't want to sit in this feeling anymore. So you're going to open yourself up to that. And whether it's finding new friendships, new relationships, or just feeling good about yourself doing something. Loving yourself and taking care of yourself, that so you can kind of face the world and whatever's going on and not feeling like you've lost things. So what about this Three of Cups? We got the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So right there, it's like, okay, once you get into that zone where you can love yourself, offer, your feelings and your emotions and opening yourself up like that, you're going to be able to feel more confident. You're going to feel more strong in your own skin, and you're going to feel the happiness that you had before things were lost. Let's see. Let's do the Three of Coins. My deck is upside down. All right, we got the Hierophant and the Fool. Okay. Well, nice. So if you enter a new path, if you enter a new thought process, if you strike it out and go find something, and this could be, if you want to go into something spiritual, if you want to go institutions, schools, you want to take a class, you want to do something so you can feel complete again, I guess it is, or so you can not feel the loss and you're able to feel complete. It's going to be like a whole new you. You're not going to, of course you're going to still be who you are and, the awesome Aries, but you're still going to feel more complete and more secure. Let's see what we got. Emotions are running high. That is the supermoon. Emotions are running high. And nothing is yet set in stone. Oh, Can a personal issue reach a resolution? All right, so I think, yes, you need to focus on not what you've lost. You need to focus on what you still have and what you can gain. And hopefully be able to ride out whatever transit's going on, whatever cycle you're in, and, be able to find comfort and peace and be able to heal yourself. All right, Aries, I hope you enjoyed it. If you can give me a thumbs up, subscribe, or write me a comment, I'd love to hear from you. And I will be checking you out maybe mid-month, all right? I will talk to you later. Bye.